had heroin and cocaine, it's for sure not going to work.
Navarro eventually got clean and remains friends with the band today.
Looking back on my time there, you know, I have absolutely no regrets joining the band. I mean, it was actually a pretty amazing experience, you know. I was all of a sudden catapulted into this next level of touring entertainment. I have made really amazing friends.
With the departure of Navarro, once again, the Peppers found themselves in need of a guitar player.
I think the guitar seat was like the exploding chair in Spinal Tap.
But this time, the auditioning process would be short. John Frusciante was now out of rehab and living in a small apartment in LA. Flea approached him about coming back to the band. Frusciante was still a long way from recovered, but he agreed to give it a try.
John was still just physically weak. He had come from a deep, dark hole and was just getting out of it and beginning to play again.
By then, Anthony Kiedis had returned from India a new man. Drugs and seedy hotels had been replaced by health food and yoga mats.
Anthony was getting to a place in his life where he was starting to look at some bigger questions than just, you know, one day to the next and one show to the next and one party to the next, and was exploring a more spiritual sensibility.
The band started rehearsing that spring, and by the end of the summer, the reconstituted Peppers entered the studio, again with Rick Rubin at the mixing board, to work on a new album.
Rick really makes the guys work. He's the kind of guy, Rick will, you know, have the guys work on a bunch of song ideas and go, all right, you gave me 10, write 15, 20 more.
That was the start of, like, probably the most incredible week of recording that I've ever seen in my entire career. I think in a week they recorded close to 30 songs, and they were just exploding.
As the band continued to record, Frusciante only got stronger.
Having John in the band was probably the key that actually broke the record, because he's just a wonderful melody writer and a wonderful background singer and a great guitar player and a beautiful soloist.
On June 8, 1999, the Red Hot Chili Peppers' 8th album, Californication, hit the record stores.
Californication was a very different record for the Chili Peppers. It was a quieter, it was a more introspective kind of a record. That audience that had grown up with them was older too. They weren't those same kids, and so stuff that was as contemplative as Scar Tissue did really resonate with their audience.
It's a real triumphant return for the band. It was an incredible record, so it was good to have them back as that unit again.
When the follow-up album, 2002's By the Way, met with even bigger success, there was no denying that the Red Hot Chili Peppers had managed to come back from the dead again.
They are the band that they have always wanted to be. And Chad, Flea, and John Frusciante are communicating on such a high level right now. They always had a great way of communicating musically, but they have raised the stakes.
For decades, they've been fighting, competing, in, out, and at this point it just felt like all of the energy between them and everything that they were expressing was just so up and so positive.
You know, the best is yet to come.
The whole sex, drugs, and rock and roll thing may sound cliche, but the way that they've been able to make it become a part of their existence and their music, and just the fact that they've come out on the other end of it stronger than ever, I think that's an incredible story in itself.
At the beginning of 2008, after winning 5 Grammy Awards for their most recent album, Stadium Arcadium, the Chili Peppers announced they were going to take some time off, this time on their own terms.
You know, they're not 23 anymore. They have families, they have lives, they have babies. If you're going to keep going, you need to know when to put the brakes on a little bit.
But nobody has any doubt they'll be back.
The bounty of life is infinite, you know, and so is music.
They have been through depths and highs and lows and very high highs and very low lows. And I think once you see that you can get through that and, you know, you've won some battle scars together, I think that the